What's up, y'all? I wanted to come and share a testimony. So on Friday, I headed out earlier because I wanted to make a stop before I went and pick my daughter up from school. And so I headed out earlier. And as I was going in the direction of, her school, I decided that, I was a little hungry. And so as I was approaching the restaurant that I had decided I wanted to go to, I ended up missing the turn. And so another turn was coming up where I could take that one to go where I need to go. I just would have had to, take a little detour, right? So when I missed the turn initially, I was like, dang, I missed the turn. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to go cut around the back side of this business, and it's going to bring me out on the other side, and I can just, come out that parking lot on the other side and shoot across and go into the restaurant. Well, y'all, when I took the detour, okay, when I went and missed the turn from the initial route that I was on, when I took that detour and went around the backside of that building, by the time I went around the backside of the building and pulled into the parking lot so that I could go to the entrance to be able to get across to the other restaurant, two cars, as soon as I got in the parking lot, hit each other and got in an accident. So this particular car was coming, the same driveway that I was coming towards to be able to shoot across and go to the restaurant was the exact same driveway in which another driver, he decided to go to exit off the wrong side of the driveway. So he thought that he could beat traffic, and when he zoomed out, he hit a car. That vehicle, as soon as I went around through my detour way and pulled in the parking lot, the car smashed and that car went up in the air and it flipped about 4 or 5 times, and it landed in the grass right in front of where I came through to the detour. Y'all, when it first happened, I was like still in shock because I've seen accidents, passing on the road and stuff, but I've never witnessed one like the one that I had just saw. And so as the car hit and it began to flip and it was tumbling towards me in my direction, y'all, my hands was out like this. It was as if I was trying to catch the car. And so anyway, I ended up pulling my car, put my car in park, and I got out and I, ran over to the vehicle where it was an elderly lady, and went to her assistance or whatever, and she was real shaky, and she was injured because she started saying about how she was hurting. And I stood there with her until, me and another lady and some other people started gathering around. And so I ended up talking to the lady's side and telling her where her son was and stuff. And he was like, keep my mom calm. And stayed there till the paramedics came, which it took about 10 minutes to come. And they got her on the stretcher and stuff and got her to safety. And all I could do was look at her and tell her, and I said, I just thank God that you're here. And she just looked at me and smiled. She grabbed my hand and she just kept doing like this. And she just kept saying, my shoulder's hurting, it's hurting, I'm pained. And I said, I know, but you gotta be still. They're coming to help you. And so as I was standing comforting the lady, I was like completely shook. Like I was shook. And so as I was sitting in the parking lot after they took on the, stretcher, put on in the ambulance, I got back in my car. And then when I got back in my car, I just sat there because it didn't dawn on me when it initially happened that detour was God. Me missing that turn was God. Me going around the backside of that business to come across was God. Y'all, when I tell y'all, God keeps me. He keeps me every time. Every time. I'm just so grateful because, like I said, just actually witnessing an accident like that could have turned out way worse, y'all. I'm just so grateful that the lady survived. And I really pray that she's okay even after the accident because I know her car flipped like 6 times, and just thank God that it ended up, upside up when it did finish flipping. It wasn't turned over. But y'all, things can happen so quickly. Make sure you buckle your seatbelts in your car because when the officer came up, I was talking to him and he said, he's glad she had her seatbelt because it could have ended way worse. Her car went from one side of the road and it flipped about a good half a mile. I can't even say half a mile. I can't even describe the distance that her car flipped. But where the accident took place to where her car ended up where I was at in the parking lot, that car flew up in the air and it began to flip. It was the scariest, shocking thing that you could ever just witness. Like, I literally reached my hands out like this to try to catch the car. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy to actually witness that, right in front of me. But like I said, I pray that the lady is still doing okay and well. And but yeah, y'all, whenever you're going through anything in life and you don't get to go to the place or get to the place that you're trying to get to in the time that you're trying to get to it. Just know that your detours does not mean that you won't get there. You know, I used to, think, when things happen, for example, when I initially missed the turn, I thought, dang, I missed my turn, you know? But what we don't know is that God sees way ahead of what we see. And he knows where we should go. And in that particular case, like I said, I knew after sitting in that parking lot, after everything, had calmed down in the, the ambulance, and then the other guy that got an accident, he was able to walk away and drive his car away, even though he lost the front of his bumper. He was able to walk away from that accident. But what I'm trying to say out of this is God covers you. He protects you. He detours you. He reroutes you because he knows what's ahead. And so while you are in a reroute, while you are being detoured, try not to think about the bad parts, the negative parts, focus on, okay, well, what is God trying to show me? What can I learn from this? What can I get on the path to where I'm going? Whenever we're going through a process, we have detours in life. We have things that reroute us. But in those things, in those two things, in rerouting and detours, there are things that we learn that we can use. And so whenever you're driving, y'all, buckle up. Because the guy that caused the accident, he wanted to take a shortcut. He wanted to reroute himself. He wanted to detour his original route. And when we try and reroute our own lives, thank you, Holy Spirit, when we try to reroute the direction in which God has intended for us, we'll cause an accident. And that guy caused an accident because he wanted to take a shortcut on the wrong side of the road. And it ended up in a calamity where someone else could have lost their life because he wanted to take a shortcut. We wanted to get to it faster than what we originally planned to get to. For whatever reason, he was rushing and didn't want to go on the right side of the road. For whatever reason, he didn't want to go on the right side of the road. For whatever reason, he took the shortcut. He caused an accident. And so when we take shortcuts, when we try to reroute our lives, we try to detour ourselves on what we think might get us there faster, we cause an accident. Y'all be safe out there. Keep God first. Stay prayed up. Be careful. Drive careful. Watch out for yourself. Watch out for others. If you can prevent something before it happens, do that. If you can take the long way around to prevent an accident, do that. I love y'all and I'll talk to y'all later.